The gentleman from Ohio is recognized.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Chairman. I appreciate the opportunity to speak, and I appreciate what you're doing to get the information from the Office of Surface Mining and Reclamation that we need. The action being taken today is solely the result of the Obama administration's refusal to live up to President Obama's promise of creating an unprecedented level of openness and transparency in government. As the chairman has spelled out very eloquently, the President's Department of the Interior has repeatedly refused to provide the documents, the recordings, and emails pertaining to the stream buffer zone rule rewrite. Contrary to what the President's political appointees and members of the minority are claiming, providing duplicates of publicly available documents, highly redacted documents, or letting investigators simply look at documents for a few minutes does not constitute complying with the requests from this committee for documents. The administration and the minority members of this committee have claimed that this is a witch hunt and that the department has done nothing wrong. Well, if the President's Department of the Interior has done nothing wrong, then they should turn over the unedited documents and, more importantly, audio recordings that the committee has requested. If they did that, we wouldn't be sitting here today and we would have the answers to the questions we've been asking for over a year now. However, today's meeting isn't just on the lack of President Obama's administration to live up to his campaign promises. We should and we can't lose sight of the tens of thousands of men and women whose jobs are on the line with the President's rewrite of the stream buffer zone rule. The rewrite of the rule is part of the Obama administration's multi-pronged war on the coal industry and could end up being the most destructive of their attack. Just yesterday, the President continued his administration's war on coal with new EPA rules regarding power plants by all but ensuring that no new coal power plants are economically feasible to be built with current technology. This will certainly have an effect on the coal industry and threatens to stop true economic recovery in its tracks. But this action alone will not achieve the President's ambition to put the coal industry out of business completely until the existing coal-fired power plants shut down decades from now. However, if the stream buffer zone rule goes forward as planned, it will have a devastating effect on the coal industry, slashing production at the source by up to 50%, closing off up to 40% of coal reserves from future development, and cost the federal and state governments over $4 billion in lost tax revenues. This will have a trickle-down effect, a ripple effect, on the price of electricity in states like Ohio that receive close to 90% of their electricity from coal-fired power plants. American families are already paying over $300 more a year in electricity rates under the Obama administration because of his war on coal. And if the stream buffer zone rule if the stream buffer zone preferred rule goes forward, Americans will only see their rates go even higher. As we all know, the administration's own estimate showed that over 7,000 direct jobs would be lost if they went forward with this preferred rule. We also know that the President's estimate that 7,000 direct jobs would be lost is on the low end and does not include the potentially hundreds of thousands plus indirect and induced jobs that would be lost as well. A recent study by the respected and independent firm Environ showed that up to 260,000 direct and indirect jobs are at stake if the President's preferred rule goes forward. This type of job loss numbers from a single rule are the result of irresponsible leadership, and they are unacceptable to me. I hope they would be unacceptable to everyone in this room. In fact, this Friday I will be going to visit a small surface coal company that has been in business for over 25 years and employs fewer than 100 people. I invite any member of this committee and any of the administration officials, Republican or Democrat, to come along with me and meet the hardworking Americans that could lose their jobs if this rule goes forward as the administration has planned. I think many on this committee and the administration would feel differently about this rule rewrite if they saw how a mining operation works and meet the men and women who just want to earn a living and an honest living. I want to thank the chairman and Chairman Lamborn for their efforts on this important investigation, and I urge my colleagues to support the motion, and with that I yield back, Mr.